What are you doing?
Nothing.
Is that for the incinerator?
Yes.
Well, what is it?
It's just some things you told me to throw away. No!
Let me see what's in your... You hit him with the shoes, didn't you? You hit him with the shoes. That's how he got those half-moon marks on his forehead and on his hands. Answer me, Rhoda. Answer me!
I hit him with the shoes. I had to hit him with the shoes. What else could I do?
You realize that you murdered him?
But it was his fault. If he gave me the medal like I told him to, I wouldn't have hit him.
We're going to start at the beginning and you're going to tell me the truth. I know you killed him, so there's no sense lying. Rhoda, I want you to tell me the truth.
I can't tell you, brother. I can't.
I'm waiting for your answer.
Tried to run away from me, so I hit him with my shoe again. But he kept on crying and making a noise. And I was afraid somebody would hear him, so I kept on hitting him, Mother! I hit him harder that time, and he fell in the water.
Oh, my God, my God. What are we going to do?
Oh, I've got the prettiest mother. I've got the nicest mother.
How did the marks get on the backs of his hands?
He tried to pull himself back on the wharf after he fell in the water. I wouldn't have hit him anymore. Only he kept saying he was going to tell on me. Oh, Mommy, please say you won't let them hurt me.
I won't let them hurt you.
I want to play the way we used to, Mommy. Will you play with me?
Promise me you won't tell anyone what you've told me. Do you understand?
Why would I tell and get killed?
Rhoda, what happened to old Mrs. Post in Wichita?
There was ice in the steps, and I slipped and fell against her. And that was all.
That was all?
No. I slipped on purpose.
Hi, welcome to the channel, Luminousz Star. For all of you who are visiting for the first time, hit that subscription button below and become a part of the Star family, why don't you? We would love to have you become a part of the Star family. Welcome again to Luminousz Star. All of you who are current subscribers, you already know you're my stars. Mwah! Thank you so much for your subscription. Thank you for helping me to stay motivated and keeping me inspired to keep this channel Luminousz Star active. All of you who are visiting, I wish you the very best. Today's video is the darker side of unloved daughters. I'm going to be going over a few points, a few tools, and please mind the description box below for further details such as the references and resources. My stars, special shout out. Thank you for sharing your stories, for not only inspiring the world, but inspiring me. You never know who's going to resonate with your story, so keep sharing your stories. First point, some will debate whether or not a daughter of a narcissistic and or cluster personality parent can spoil her to become either a narcissist or to end up developing a cluster personality. No one can really know this for certain. However, like every opinion, it is debatable. Not everyone will interpret such a situation with the circumstances the same way. Next point. There are parents, whether having a narcissistic personality and or cluster B personality or not, are guilty of spoiling their daughters. The environment, along with the experiences she has had up to the age of 7, has a major effect upon her subconscious mind, personality, developed, and her perception of self, her parents, or her guardian, and the world, along with others in it. Pause. Basically, Children up until the age of 7, the parents have a huge effect, or the guardian has a huge effect on that child's subconscious mind, the personality that he or she may develop, as well as their spirit. I mean, just every aspect of that child up until the age of 7 can be majorly affected by the parent. So daughters who may be feeling unloved, well, part of it may be due to the first 7 years of her life and what she has experienced at the hands of her parents or guardian. And again, this is debatable. Let's move forward. Financially, the situation may be favorable or not so favorable. However, the circumstances surrounding the financial situation will have an impact upon how the guardian or the clustering personality parent chooses to spoil their daughter or their daughters. Some daughters are greatly spoiled financially and materially, while being groomed sexually to become either preyed upon sexually or to become promiscuous by adolescence or adulthood. Pause. So again, some daughters who are feeling unloved, the first years of their lives, the environment as well as what they experience at the hands of their parents has a major impact on her behavior. So by the time she becomes an adolescent on into adulthood, that experience along with the environment, she's going to be acting that out. This is debatable. So I want to go ahead and encourage everyone watching this video to please do your research. Just a friendly reminder to check out the description box below where you will find references and resources. Okay? All right, so financially, let's just say the financial situation is favorable. So this will determine more than likely how the daughter may be spoiled. So let's just say the family may be wealthy, or the parent or the guardian may be wealthy. So more than likely, if the parent or the guardian is going to spoil the daughter, more than likely they're going to spoil the daughter in a way whereas she will probably not want for much of anything at all. If this is a family that is well-to-do, I mean, they're not wealthy, they're not rich, but they maybe have a coin or two, right? So they may spoil, if they choose to spoil the daughter, then again, she's probably going to be spoiled financially as well as materially, whereas she may not want for much at all. Let's just say the financial situation is not so favorable. Again, if the parents or the guardian with the clustering personality or the narcissistic personality chooses to spoil the daughter, even though the financial situation is not favorable, this does not mean that the daughter will not be affected spiritually, psychologically, and so on and so forth by it, because you have to look at her environment. Well, you don't have to, but let's just consider her environment. Let's just say that she's growing up in poverty. However, her clustering personality or narcissistic parent is still choosing to spoil her. And let's just go ahead and say that she's also being sexually molested. If she throws a tantrum, she may be getting her way a lot. The parents may be giving in, and they still may spend a lot of money that they really don't have to get her that nice dress. I know some of you watching this video probably know some people who have done this, even though their financial situation was not very favorable. Either way you look at it, whether the financial situation is favorable or unfavorable, clustering personalities and or narcissists who are parents or guardian, they still may choose to spoil their daughter or their daughters. She may be pimped out, so to speak. I mean, some of us know someone who has actually pimped out their daughter, and the financial situation wasn't very favorable. So this may be one of the reasons why the daughter was groomed sexually to be pimped out by the time she's an adolescent on into adulthood. Yet, the clustering personality and or the narcissistic personality parent or guardian chose to spoil her, and they groomed her. Okay, let's move on. There are some daughters who are greatly spoiled financially and materially while being groomed sexually to become either preyed upon sexually or to become promiscuous by adolescence or adulthood. Pause. So basically, like I was saying in the previous slide, the daughter who has been spoiled by the cluster personality or the narcissistic personality parent or guardian, she may be spoiled whether the financial situation is favorable or not. At the same time, she may be groomed sexually to become either preyed upon sexually by other people, or she will act this out by being sexually promiscuous by the time she's an adolescent. Let's move forward. Whatever is physically, spiritually, emotionally, sexually, psychologically, financially, and mentally familiar to the daughter of the cluster personality or the narcissistic parent, she will naturally begin to act out as she grows. Let's move forward. The subconscious mind has a particular program which is a result of repetitious messages and actions of her parents. The program within the subconscious mind with practice or mantras can be replaced if one chooses to replace it with another. Okay, let's move forward. It is debatable and possibly controversial whether or not a child's traits and or personality is a result of his or her traits being innate or hereditary, along with the child's environment being an influence. One may wonder if it's really all in the genes. The darker side of a daughter who may be so-called unloved by narcissistic and or cluster personality parents is that she has been very spoiled. Or is it possible that she has been loved too much? She has been deprived of having the experience of contrast which occurs in life. She's not having the experience of what it's like not to get her way. The contrast is she doesn't get her way all the time. How does that feel? How does she deal with that? The spoiled daughter is being deprived of that contrast. And that can psychologically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally have a real effect on her. So the daughter who is being spoiled, it is possible that maybe she's being loved too much rather than being an unloved daughter in a very specific way, or in a way that is very obvious, such as being sexually molested, physically assaulted, being so-called pimped out by her narcissistic or cluster personality parents or guardian. In other words, it's very clear that she's unloved. But what if the flip side of that, or the darker side of that, is that she is being spoiled due to being loved too much? Is that really love? Again, this is debatable. Let's move forward. Tools. Research narcissism, cluster personality, and its after effects. So as I suggested earlier, please do your research on this subject. Second tool. Sometimes there is no real easy answer on why some children behave as they do. However, there is never any excuse to neglect a child for whom one may be responsible. The aftermath can be traumatic and life-altering. Third tool. Continue to work your support base in order to heal as you thrive forward. And last tool. Reach out for professional help should you find that is necessary, regardless of which side of this dynamic you may be on, whether you are the parent or the child. Pause. That last tool, I think, is the highlightable tool. Simply because there are cases, or some of us have heard of some stories in the media or on the internet about how some parents are having some real difficulty with their children, specifically their daughters who may be out of hand. Okay, and it may appear as if the parent is the one that's being mistreated, right, by the child. So I just want to suggest again, regardless of which side of this dynamic you may be on, whether you are the parent or the spoiled daughter who may now feel and see that you have been unloved, right, whichever side you're on, if you need or you think you need help by a professional, please do not hesitate to reach out. The support is out there. Okay, just got to be willing to do your research. I know that is easier said than done, but again, I just want to suggest that. There are some cases, there are some stories, whereas on the outside looking in, it may appear as if the unloved daughter is the one who is mistreating the parent. But sometimes that is not always the case. Okay, let's move forward. References and resources. As I mentioned before, these are links here that I think you will find very interesting. Please look in the description box below for the references and resources. I want to thank everybody for watching. I'm Luminousz, and please stay tuned for more videos.